I'm curious with SNAFU, with the podcast, you do take these moments in history, these giant fuck ups, and also the in some ways people who see conspiracies and then are often more than not proven true about what is broken. Has that shifted your perspective on kind of the conspiratorial mindset that is pervasive in this day and age?
I try to keep an open mind. I think I'm extremely skeptical towards any conspiracy theory, and I think part of that is I always sort of check in my mind. The first question I always ask when I hear a conspiracy theory is like, well, how many people would be involved in this conspiracy? And usually it's thousands and thousands of people.
Right.
And that right away I'm like, no fucking way. There's no way thousands of people can keep a secret, period. It just has never happened.
It's never happened.
And so, like the moon landing, for example,
right?
Like, not a conspiracy because thousands and thousands of people would have perpetrated that, and somebody would have bragged about it to their bro at a bar. Like, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
What's interesting is this current season of SNAFU, we look into a lot of these activists in the 1970s who thought that the FBI was surveilling illegally, too much surveillance. And that is also very conspiratorial feeling, right?
Sure.
And it's something that I think a lot of conspiracy theorists now also think and suspect, that we're being watched. We're being watched by the NSA or the FBI or Russia or my neighbor or corporations or aliens. There are versions of that are clearly conspiratorial or conspiracy theory, and then there are versions that are sort of like, well, there's a reasonable amount of concern that can then expand into conspiracy theory level. But what's interesting about this story in the 1970s is that these people were confronted by mountains of evidence that they were being surveilled. You know, it was a much less technologically advanced time.
Right.
And so in order to surveil, the FBI would send out agents to actually stand there at rallies. And they would put these guys in crew cuts and wingtips in tie-dye shirts to just stand on the edge of rallies. And sometimes, a lot of times, the FBI at that time wanted people to know they were being surveilled because it was also an intimidation tactic. So it's a little bit intellectually dishonest to conflate the fear of surveillance in 1971 with a lot of like contemporary fear of surveillance. But there is also a rational amount to fear. I think AI is going to really disrupt the, or I should say, it will just pour kerosene onto the conspiracy theory community because, and I find myself starting to like go down rabbit holes of like, oh geez, what is AI gonna do? What's it gonna deep fakes and all that. And we're not far off from deep fakes starting to happen in real time, where like you could be on a Zoom with someone having a live conversation and they're not there.
Right.
It is an AI version of somebody having a conversation with you. That's real soon.
That feels like that's a real fear you have right now. That's like that's an attachment
I don't know
issue.
If you're real. I am very suspicious.
And I am here,
Yeah.
okay? There's an amount of healthy skepticism.
That's exactly what an AI Jordan Klepper would say.
I don't know,
now.
Ed. I don't know how to make you believe this is actually happening.
No, but I do. I don't know what to make of it right now, but I sort of feel like AI is going to it's just going to really disrupt our trust in institutions in a pretty scary way.
Yeah.
And it's right around the corner, and we are not doing anything about it. I'll tell you, there's a real incredible thought leader in this space, Tristan Harris.
I've done an interview with him. He's wonderful.
He's incredible. Yeah. For anyone listening, Tristan Harris is a really it just has tremendous integrity in how he's approaching tech. Really, I mean, he has an organization called
Humane Technology.
Yes, the Center for Humane Technology, which is basically sort of holding the social media industry and the AI industry to account, and these are very important things.
Yeah, we need responsible people in those positions.